metaphors aside, we're finally ready to get into loser semifinals. We got Mr. R and sisqui, the European. Actually, this stage right now is 3/4 European. We've got Gluto from France, sisqui from Spain, Mr. R from the Netherlands, and then Sonix from the Dominican Republic. He's the only non-European.
Yeah, exactly. But this is a pretty international looking stage. You know, no Mexicans right now. But there's a couple of them just waiting for this.
There's 2 Mexicans waiting in Grands, and there's 2 Mexicans waiting in Losers Finals. So it is still a pretty Mexican top 4.
Yeah, exactly. But right now, let's see if Mr. R and sisqui can maybe tear up this Sonix and Glutonny dream team and make it out to the other side of the losers bracket to face up against SkyJ and Meister.
I'm actually being informed by chat that Gluto is Mexican.
Okay.
So there we go. Of course, chat, whatever you say. They've gotten off to a pretty good start. sisqui and Mr. R have about 106% on Gluto and 78% on Sonix, looking for those first KOs. And sisqui is more than content to let Mr. R serve as just the front man here while he charges up that charge shot and looks for those snipes.
But now, Glutonny, he's at 124%, and now Mr. R losing his first stock. What is Glutonny going to do right now? Gets the pommel, and Glutonny losing his first stock, but sisqui looking pretty fresh with 3 stocks. But the same thing can be said about Sonix, who is going to be the first team to get the other team to those 4 stock, to the 4 stocks.
Yeah, I just feel like in this matchup, as in many, getting an early stock lead is incredibly important, but more so here, simply because you've got Sonix, who's really good at just playing the long game, and Wario, who's freaking waft, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And Wario, you know, he's Wario, so you gotta be careful around a lot of Wario things, but especially the waft, like you were saying. And right now, sisqui just barely hanging on to that first stock, taking his time to charge up his shot. Gets Glutonny. Glutonny's upstage, gonna make it back.
Oh, but now Gluto's got to deal with the sisqui ledge trap, and it's not an easy thing to do to get past sisqui when he's holding down the ledge. sisqui then immediately turns around and fires that charge shot, do a lot more damage, and he's still holding on to 3 stocks, doing a fantastic job despite the fact that Mr. R is all the way down on 1.
I know it's not exactly the best time for Mr. R to be, you know, taking sisqui stocks, because if he takes sisqui stock right now, they're both going to be still alive, still have a
it could
chance.
Potentially put sisqui all the way down on his last stock.
Exactly. So he's got to be careful with that option. But right now, Glutonny looking pretty beat up, and just like that, losing his second stock. But sisqui, he just refuses to die. He won't let go of that first stock, just blocking like a champ. And the dash attack on the side of Glutonny, it's all that they needed to get sisqui's first stock.
But it's 205% before that stock is finally gone. They've gotten themselves such a huge advantage off of the back of sisqui being such a tank. Mr. R is going to perish here. He's going to restock immediately, and now it's actually a very slight stock lead for Sonix and Gluto. Glutonix might be able to clutch this out despite how well sisqui is playing, and I think Mr. R is the key here. Not because he's some kind of weak link, but simply because what just happened?
Okay.
So, I know what just happened. Mr. R ran in, F-smashed, Gluto wafted, and everything collided all at once, and somehow Sonix was the one who died.
You know, that's the beauty of doubles. Sometimes things just happen. Wacky stuff happen. People who shouldn't die. People that shouldn't.
Ooh, that was very nearly GG's there, but Gluto was able to use the mutual hitbox on the Wario throw to knock Mr. R away. If he didn't do that, Mr. R was just going to take the advantage of the lag and F-smash him. It would have all been over there.
Ooh, but right now, Glutonny still has a fighting chance. Makes it back on stage. The backer on the side of sisqui. What is Glutonny going to do? I think he doesn't have... No, the WAF is in the house, I believe. There's a lot of movement.
Yes, it is, but he's going to have to get both of them at once, and he's not even going to get the opportunity to, as sisqui just pulls that up B out of shield, takes him down, and that situation on the ledge with Mr. R standing behind sisqui and sisqui just doing the ledge trap, the Samus ledge trap, very familiar. When we were playing dubs earlier, there was the one thing that he said to me at the end of the game when it was a 2v1 and me and him, he just get behind me. I'll ledge trap. You just wait.
I'll do the work. Just you wait.
Just let me do what I do best.
Let's do what I do best. Trust me.
Did the same thing with Mr. R right there. That pulled it off beautifully. They ended up getting game 1 over Glutonix.
And we were talking about the Ocam blade earlier, right? Sometimes the easiest option, you know.
Occam's razor, yes.
Occam's razor. Yeah, exactly.
But when we were, sorry chat, when we were in the green room before we went live, I ended up explaining Occam's razor to Zig just because it ended up coming up, and we actually saw a solution or an example of it there. Sometimes the simplest solution is the correct one.
It's the correct one. Yeah, exactly. Just you wait. I'll do the work, but just you wait right behind me, right? And now we got a pretty even start of this second game. Let's see if Mr. R and sisqui can keep this ball rolling further, cause get another game against Sonix and Glutonny. And well, they no matter how you look at it, no matter who wins, it's going to be an European and international team kill.
And no matter what, a non-Mexican team will be entering the losers final.
Yeah, exactly.
At least so far, Mr. R drops the first stock, and again, that's a factor of From being this blast cannon character, especially in dubs. He's got so many strong combos, got so much kill potential, but get him off stage and he's suddenly paper thin.
Yeah, exactly. And now let's see if sisqui can make it all the way to 200% once again on his first stock, or if he's going to get knocked out earlier, but Sonix is going to be the one getting knocked out by sisqui. And now sisqui is off stage. Mr. Glutonny just waiting for him with the down air, taking out sisqui's first stock. And just like that, Mr. R is on his last stock once again. Things were not looking really good for Mr. R and sisqui at the middle part of the last game. But they made it back, and Mr. R taking sisqui's second stock.
A great combo by Gluto, forcing out the restock there, and now Gluto and Sonix have a huge lead here, 4 stocks to 2. Looking to close this game out, trying to show that, hey, I made a mistake with that waft last game. I ended up accidentally killing my teammate when we had a pretty good position, but I'm not going to make that mistake 2 times in a row. We're going to be able to adapt, and we're going to be able to kill Mr. R here and now. No, he beats back, wow, and Gluto goes down.
Glutonny, he ended up like the El Perro de las Dos Tortas, you know. His ambition killed him, but he still has one last stock to work. Oh, sisqui's out, and we're going off to game number 3.
Game number 3, we're all tied up 1-1. It seems that Glutonix, they like to keep these sets a little bit closer. Their last set against Waka and Omega Rugal was also a nail-biting Game 5 series. sisqui and Mr. R, they've been a little bit cleaner. They had a 3-1 against Ling and Alan Dis, and a 3-1 against Goblin and Dark Wizzy. They've had a little bit of an easier path, but I wouldn't call any of these matches easy. I would just say slightly less close.
Like, cleaner. I think that you said the word, right?
Cleaner.
Cleaner, yeah. Not
Cleaner
exactly
run.
Easy, but
not an easy run.
No.
A clean run.
A clean, yeah. But we're going off to game number 3. And Sonix and Glutonny with I think it was a 3-stock lead to finish up the last game. And now, okay, sisqui going for the first, getting both of them at the same time. Both Glutonny and his teammate, I should say, taking up his time to charge the shot. Going for a fair once again, but Glutonny with the nairs, with the dash attack, sending Mr. R flying, just waiting for him. Another nair on the side of Glutonny. But now what is Mr. R going to do? He makes it back, just waiting. Okay, gets the jab. And it's anyone's game.
Oh, absolutely.
First couple of
It's way too early to call anything, except the fact that sisqui's up smashes are absolutely phenomenal, as he finds 2 hits and finds 1 kill all in one. Oh, and another one.
Okay. Another one for sisqui with the charge shot. Goes for the pair against Sonix. Okay, Sonix with the with the focus attack on the side of the focus attack. I'm getting all mixed up right now. Sonix trying to go for sisqui off stage, goes for the pair. Really run up forward smash on the side of Sonix, just recognizing the situation, recognizing the opportunity, and going for the kill.
It's a very, very difficult spot to be in doubles. A lot of things that, you know, are just ingrained in your head that are muscle memory, that are very, very safe in singles. They're not safe in doubles. The end lag on that is just enough that a teammate can run in and punish you for comboing their friend. And we saw exactly that happen then and there. The up B comes through from sisqui. Both are going to live through it, and the snipe comes through to send Sonix very deep off stage. He's going to have to do a high up B and an air dodge to even think about getting back, and then he's just immediately shot once again.
Yeah, that's right. Speaking of getting shot, well, speaking of once again, sisqui surviving with his first stock. He's already at 176%. He doesn't want to let go of this first stock. He made a promise to someone, and not even after the launch with Wario, it's going to be enough to get his first stock. He's going to make it all the way to 200. He's going to make it all the way to 300 at this rate.
And he's alive! The up throw does not kill him. sisqui's literally like the epitome of like, if your opponent's about to kill you, just say no. They can't legally kill you without your consent.
Like forward smash, no.
And dude, he's still alive!
I'm telling you, he could make it to 300%. That's the real question right here. Is he gonna make it to 300% or 400%? And meanwhile, you have Glutonny already at his last stock, 151%.
The other team didn't even kill him. Exactly. His own teammate took out that stock.
You know what? You're not gonna get my first stock. My teammate is gonna get my first stock.
Felt bad for Glutonix at that point. He was like, all right, I'll take care of it if you guys can.
I'm sorry. If you don't want to do it, I'll do it. And Mr. R and sisqui now they getting this 3-stock lead. I believe it was the fourth game. No, third game. We're going to the fourth game.
We're going into the fourth. But yeah, that first stock from sisqui, very, very reminiscent of the first stock in game number 1 as well, where he lived all the way to 200% there as well. It just seems like killing sisqui is a challenge for anybody.
That's a real challenge. That's the trial by fire. You want to become one of the best, you have to...
You got to figure out how to kill sisqui.
Exactly. And if you can't figure it out, I'm sorry, kid. You're not ready.
There's no hope for you.
There's no hope for you. That's right. And we are going to be sticking to Pokemon Stadium. But Mr. sisqui, that's their new couples team.
Mr.
sisqui, yeah, that's right. Mr. R and sisqui looking pretty strong on this fourth game. We've been memeing about this for a pretty long while. sisqui, if you can't get that first stock, Sonix and Glutonny are in big, big trouble.
112% already put onto sisqui, but it just feels like that's only half a stock. Like normally, I would be talking about, wow, Sonix and Gluto have done such a good job of racking up damage early on in this game. They've already got sisqui at 119, but it feels like that just doesn't matter.
That's just like barely scratching sisqui, right? But now let's see what Glutonny can do to, okay, sisqui. No, Mr. R is upstage.
The DI down by sisqui to escape the spin charge. Sonix was definitely looking for spin charge fair in that situation. F smash to punish the grab, and then F tilt to punish the F smash. It's all a chain reaction there. And Gluto actually finds that first stock on sisqui relatively early. I shouldn't be saying relatively early when he was at almost 140%. But it was relatively early.
Yeah, that's right. And now let's see if Gluto and Sonix with a pretty good stock lead against Mr. R and sisqui. 6 stocks. Oh, and looking a little bit like a pinball game right now. But Sonix, is he gonna make it back? Look. Okay, he makes it back. Oh, the patience on the side of Mr. R and sisqui just holding block.
Ooh, Gluto actually helped them out there. Mr. R wasn't going to be able to convert into a kill off of that throw, and sisqui was too far away to follow up. So that F-tilt from Gluto, that was actually a gift to sisqui and Mr. R. And you know what? Mr. R was so grateful for the gift from Gluto, he gave them a gift right back.
And now looks like Glutonny is taking a page out of sisqui's book because he's surviving. He's almost at 200%. just like sisqui before him. He went like, you know what? I like so much your... Okay, not makes it all the way to 200, but made it pretty red numbers right now. sisqui with the charge shot, getting Gluto. Oh, goes for dash attack. Good pair on the side of sisqui, but Gluto makes it back. He's got the WAP ready. I repeat, the WAP is in the house, so now Mr. R and sisqui, they gotta be careful with the WAP on the side of Gluto.
Mr. R trying to get back down onto the stage while sisqui executes this ledge trap. Sonix, though, he's going to put sisqui in a dangerous situation. He's able to jump, but he's not able to get past. The back air comes through, and both sisqui and Mr. R down to their final stock, but so too is Glutonny. It's only Sonix still on the second, and right as soon as I mention it, down he goes.
Now, not so even game considering Mr. R's percentages, and Mr. R is out. But sisqui,
the 1v1, both at low percent. There's no bigger test of skill than right here, right now.
Now let's see if Sonix can eliminate Mr. sisqui. Well, not eliminate, but get this last...
Take us to game 5.
Yeah, take us to the promised land of the game number 5.
Ooh, sisqui tries for the grab there, but Sonix is just a little bit too far out of range, so he's going to be able to get a little bit of damage off of it. The up out of shield, though. Dangerous. Sonix no punish, though.
Oh, and I really like this playstyle on the side of sisqui. You know, he wants Sonix to be the one to make the approach, and he's always just so ready with the charge shot just to stop Sonix from charging up. And this playstyle of the patience on the side of sisqui, I think it's paying really good dividends for him against Sonix.
Sonix has a very slight lead here and now, though. We'll have to see if sisqui can capitalize off of the trade that Mr. R gave him. Mr. R sacrificing his life to take out Gluto, to give sisqui this opportunity in the 1v1. He's trying to take down Sonix. He's looking for the ledge trap, but Sonix is able to up B off of ledge and get right back to spinning.
One spin, round like a record, maybe like a record. Let's see if, okay, sisqui gets one good hit on the side of Sonix. Sonix is off stage, sets up the bomb, takes his time to charge his shot, but now sisqui is off stage. Is he gonna make it back? Ooh, really nice use of the up B on the side of Sonix. Just blocking like a champ, gets hit. He's alive.
Almost. sisqui barely clinging on to life, as we've seen him do so many times throughout this, and actually making use of the rising up air to clank out Spring, making his own recovery a little bit safer. But back throw might do it. No, not quite. Not enough rage on Sonix to make it happen, so instead he's going to go low, and he actually SDs. He throws it away with the homing attack, and sisqui manages to take it. A 3-1 victory alongside Mr. R, knocking out Glutonix at 4th place.
Wow. What a way to end this tremendous set.
I can't believe that just happened.
Yep. Nope. I'm speechless, honestly. I'm speechless. Like, when I saw both of them going down, I was like, okay.
I thought Sonix was going to get the
exactly.
card. I thought we were going to game 5. I was expecting, you know, a fair, take the stock at 160%. That was classic Sonix. We've seen it 1,000 times.
Exactly.
And then the worst possible outcome for him took place. The homing attack didn't lock onto sisqui because of how low he went. Down Sonix went. And I think I do want to go back a little bit, rewind the clock. Because time was moving so fast for us that we didn't have time to really break down how important Mr. R's play was. Because at the end there, Mr. R with the trade KO, the suicide death, to take down Glutonny, insane. A soul for a soul, a stock for a stock. But honestly, it didn't feel all that even, because not only did Mr. R take Gluto out of the equation, he took Waft out of the equation.
Exactly.
And in those last stock situations, Waft is such a big factor. Removing it from the game entirely is so huge. And then just having the confidence in your own teammate, knowing, setting him up for the 1v1. And you even see sisqui there. He's just shrugging his shoulders. It's just another day in the office for him.
It is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, like, we always come back to the WAF, right? And like you mentioned it, such a good tool for Gluto. Such a scary tool for sisqui, for Mr. R, and like you mentioned it, taking it out of the equation, that's just like, okay, sisqui, take the wheel.
You got it. Turn. I believe in you. I trust you.
Yeah.
With my whole heart, I believe you can do this 1v1. I'm going to take the big threat out along with myself, and then I'm going to leave it to you.
I'm going to give you a fighting chance, man. If that wasn't an anime moment, I don't know what was it. What could be an anime moment? He's like, okay, I'm gonna SD. I'm gonna trust you. You get this, champ. And let sisqui take the wheel. But I think it's no longer time for anime moments.
Yeah, we gotta stop talking about Glutonix. They are out of the bracket at 4th place, a very respectable 4th place, but 4th place nonetheless.